My name is Matthew Stewart. I am the president and founder of Stewart and Associates Speaker Series. Stewart and Associates Speaker Series is a community-based lecture series organization that was founded in November of 1986. Our sole purpose or interest at the time was to bring nationally known speakers to the Indianapolis community for the purpose of dialoguing with this community. Since that time, we have had the opportunity to bring such notables as Harry Belafonte, Diane Carroll, the late Ed Bradley from 60 Minutes, Dr. J, Dr. Farrah Gray, Robin Roberts, Susan Taylor, and the list goes on and on and on. It's been an opportunity for us to bring these national speakers to the Indianapolis community and to our Indianapolis and greater Indianapolis schools.
Unique and I think quite frankly propitious, Amy, is that we rarely have conversations that are multicultural, multiracial, multi-ethnic, and multi-ideological. Imagine a conversation that includes Asian, Hispanic, white, black, Republican, Democrat. That's what I have. Chapter, is there a brighter future for the next generation? There was a Rasmussen report that you probably saw that came out some days ago that found, Amy, that almost half of the American citizenry, almost half of the American public thinks that our best days as a nation are behind them.
I felt women were out of balance, and I wanted them to focus daily on strengthening their mind, their body, and their spirit. So this program is about faith, it's about fitness, it's about fellowship, and it better be a whole lot of fun, or you won't continue to do it. Be more creative and figuring out how do we fit in fitness. And that should just be something that, you know, we're making this too complicated. Keep it simple. And it doesn't matter if you just put on some music and dance. It doesn't matter if you take a walk or you go bike riding. Just move.
The two other things that flow from employment, education, criminal justice parity, because too many of our people are locked up, and the whole issue of health, because you cannot employ people who are unwell. And that health piece includes mental health as well as physical health, includes dental as well as other things, where you see our community disproportionately affected. Jobs and education, and we need to keep repeating it, and we should not be deterred by an appointment here, you know, or an appearance at a ball there. Right? I mean, some of us are negotiating for the wrong things. We're negotiating for one person to have one position. Well, I would rather have not a single African-American cabinet member if I had an African-American full employment program. I mean, I would trade that in a minute.
America, my mother, who loved the documentary, said, "Oh, so no Afro-Cubans in your documentary. You didn't want to put your own people in." Truly, I get that. I totally understand that feedback. I think, though, that when someone says the story of Africa is overtold, that is not a story of Africa. That is a story of a woman who takes kids to a location. It could have been Africa. Later, she takes them to New Orleans. She takes them to Washington, D.C., but we happen to shoot the part about Africa. It's not about Africa.
Soroya Van Horn, president of Van Horn Vacations, and proud member of Stewart and Associates leadership. It is my pleasure to take Stewart and Associates on an educational road journey. Last fall, we went to Washington, D.C. to take a look at the Martin Luther King statue unveil. Upon returning, you, the members, were ranting and raving about the trip and asking, when is the next venture? In response to the positive feedback that we received, Stewart and Associates is expanding its mission to include road trips. These road trips will be to cultural cities of interest and pleasure. Some of the cities in consideration are Memphis, Tennessee, Atlanta, GA, or even Washington, D.C. Regardless of where we travel, we invite you to journey with us because you're bound to have a great time with us on the bus. See you there.
Certainly the Stewart and Associate Speaker Series could not have done this speaker series alone. We are grateful to the generous support of so many organizations here in this community, particularly the Lilly Endowment that has funded us for at least the last 20 years, U.S. Customs, who has given for the last 20 plus years. We are grateful to IUPUI and Ivy Tech and Mays Chemical Company for being driving forces in this speaker series, and so many other entities who have really been there for the speaker series. And so we reach out to others to join in. There's so much more that can be done to move the ball a little further down the field. And so we say to you, please join with us this evening and help